Thanks for joining me today. I'm just going to wait for a few more minutes for more people to join before we get started. But in the meantime, I would love for those who have already joined the call with me to please introduce yourselves on chat. I'd love to learn from where in the world you're joining me from today, as well as which Nexford program you may already be interested in applying to. Just to let you know, this call is being recorded, so that way you can watch a playback, of course, once the webinar is over. We're going to go on for about 30 or 40 minutes at most. So please make sure to make use of this time and address any questions that you may have about Nexford. I'm here to help you today. And to answer any questions that you have, I'll do my best to answer anything that you throw my way. So please don't hesitate. There's a Q&A section or a Q&A button that you can click on where you can type in your questions. And that way it'll be easy for me to find so I can answer them at the end of the webinar. Hi, David. So David, which Nexford program are you interested in? Okay, amazing. You're joining us from Lagos. Hi, Danielle. Great to have you with me today. I saw a quick hand get raised. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, with that, I feel like I have left enough minutes for everybody to join. So I'll just get started and start sharing my screen. May just freeze for a few seconds, guys, but bear with me. You should be able to see my screen very soon. Okay, guys, sorry that took a few seconds, but I think everybody can see my screen now. So what you're currently looking at is the main homepage of our Nexford online platform. So the learning management system, or for short, the LMS that we're using is called Canvas. We adopted this early in the year, and just, you know, it's also being adopted by top universities like Harvard and Oxford. I'm sure everyone's going to enjoy the learning experience through this platform because it's very user-friendly, and I'll get to show you guys some of its great features hopefully today. So at any point, if you apply and enroll at Nexford, you will get your login credentials and you'll be able to access our online platform from early. So that means this homepage that you're currently looking at, you will have access to this early on. And these 4 boxes represent either Nexford courses that you're enrolled in or, you know, about to start, or other resources that you have access to, such as Writing Lab. So you'll see here there's an NXU Orientation. This is not an official course that is part of your Nexford program. Rather, it's like a welcome package that you always have access to from the beginning of your program, and you need to complete this course in order to jump straight into your actual program. So this is much shorter than any Nexford course. Every course is set up to have 6 modules, an introduction as well as a closing, whereas the orientation only has 3 modules. And it's all about giving you all the tools and the tips and the tricks and all the knowledge that you need in order to be able to navigate through our online platform. And you know, you'll know how to reach out to anybody in our team, whether it's a faculty member or other learners or your professor and so on. So I will show you guys the orientation. Let's do that. So when you click on the orientation, you should see these tabs here. So this is much more for any other course. You'll find more options here. But like I said, the introduction is quite short, or the orientation rather is quite short, only has 3 modules, as you can see, as well as a closing. So I'm going to jump into the introduction part of the orientation, and that's what I have open here. So you'll see that as you go through the introduction or any course, you get to see your progress throughout that module. From the beginning, you'll see right away there's a welcome video from our founder and CEO, Fadl Tarzi. I'd love to play this for you guys just for a few seconds.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. So this is just a sneak peek. Of course, you can watch it in its entirety, hopefully once you get enrolled at Nexford. And I just want to let you know that this video right here is just one small example of the different dynamic elements through which you're going to be doing your studying at Nexford. It's not just going to be a lot of text. We don't want our learners falling asleep. So there's always something to keep you engaged. You'll find that there are embedded videos like these. Sometimes there are YouTube videos or a link to watch a YouTube video outside of the online platform. You can find blog length articles, embedded audio clips, little exercises and quizzes here and there and activities that you'll need to do as you go along, and so much more. So the orientation will start covering all the things you can join or start doing early on that can help you with your Nexford learning journey from the beginning. So that includes joining these learning communities, for example. You'll find that they cover different industries depending on what you're interested in. You can join. So you can find if you're interested in entrepreneurship, you can join this learning community. If you're instead interested in finance or HR or marketing, then you can join those instead. Of course, there are also learner WhatsApp groups. So I totally recommend joining these from the beginning. You'll find that some of them are country-specific, learner intake-specific, or program-specific. And we have new WhatsApp groups getting created all the time. You can even create your own. So you can check those out once you become a Nexford learner and see which ones you'd like to join. It's great to have a study buddy. And I like I said, I recommend that you truly join these groups from the beginning. And that's just what the orientation is about. As you keep going, and it'll start telling you about all the learner benefits that you get. It'll tell you about all of our different offerings. You get to go through the university starter kit, which means you'll also learn how to order your courses or in which order you need to take them. It'll tell you how you can add more than one course to finish your program faster. So that is an option at Nexford, you guys. Everybody can finish any Nexford program faster than the average duration. So for the MBA, for example, that takes 18 months on average to complete, right? So that's a year and a half. And we always say average because not every learner is like the other. Everybody has a different pace. We offer a flexible pace structure. So while there are deadlines you're going to need to meet, you can finish faster by taking more than one course at the same time. And instead of finishing every course within its deadline of 2 months, you can finish it in a month. So that means that the MBA, for example, can be completed in a year or even under. And we have seen that with our learners. We've seen that with our Nexford graduates. They've completed their BBA, for example, instead of the usual 4 years, they finished in 2 years. So that's half the time. So that's really depending on a lot of things. It depends on your own pace, your own ability, your schedule, of course. How many courses can you take? How many hours can you spend or dedicate studying in your week or in the month? And it also depends on your grades. So the higher your grades are, you guys, the more number of courses you can take at the same time. So here, of course, you're going to get well acquainted with, participation deadlines and assignment deadlines and so on. And like I said, how to add and remove a course, just the enrollment period, if you need to withdraw, if you need to take a break. So by the way, guys, we call that a leave of absence. So at any point, if you're unable to complete your program, or maybe you're unable to pay your tuition fees, you can just reach out to our team and request a leave of absence. So for the MBA, that can be up to 4 months. If you need more time than that, let our team know as well. I'm sure they're going to be happy to help you. For the BBA, that can be, I think it was 6 or 8 months. So you can take a break from your BBA. So definitely we understand that life happens and sometimes something is just totally out of your hands and you need to take a break from your program. So that's definitely an option with Nexford. Of course, you'll start to get all of your login credentials. As an Nexford learner, you do also get a Microsoft 365 license. You get to have all of the Microsoft Office tools for free. So that's one of the things. And you will meet your success advisor. So you will get well acquainted with what this term means. A success advisor at Nexford is somebody who's going to sort of serve as your coach or mentor. They're going to be there to help you throughout your program. We have a full team of success advisors that are available for you 24/7. But in the beginning of your Nexford program, you will get assigned a specific success advisor, especially in the first quarter of your program. So the first 3 months of your program. And they're going to be there to help you with anything learning related, even if it's something related to the online platform. So please feel free to reach out to them. They're there literally to help you succeed, which is why they're called success advisors. And even after those 3 months are up, you can book a session or a call with your success advisor or any other success advisor around the world. We have a huge team of success advisors. So just pick the one you'd like to speak to. They'd all be happy to help you put in, the date that you want, the timing and the details, and book. And it's that easy to book a 30-minute session or a 30-minute call with a success advisor. Of course, you can also email them. Another thing is that you'll find there's this Ask NXU tool, this button right here. It follows you anywhere in the online platform, anywhere in the LMS, depending on, of course, what you're looking through. Just click on that, and it's special. It's special for those questions that you have that are quite common or maybe basic, or it has sort of an easy answer. I'm sure you're going to find any FAQs. You'll find them here. So you have some suggested articles, for example, like, can I resubmit my assignment? You'll find the details for that. And often if it still does not answer your question or you need more help, you'll find at the bottom that we also drop you contact email address or something for who else you can reach out to get more information. So if at any point you feel your question is quite basic, I do recommend you don't forget about this Ask NXU tool, because you might just find your answer there. All right, guys, so that is the orientation. You can always open it in a new tab and you can see the modules in a sort of more maximized view. That is an option for you. So let's go back to the homepage here. So this is the main dashboard, right? And I said that these four represent, courses or resources that you have access to. So let me tell you about the writing lab. I'd love to tell you about that. So if you click on that, it is not a Nexford course. It's a resource that you'll always have access to. You'll find a couple of announcements on the top here that I'll explain to you in a few seconds. But what is the writing lab, right? So we know that not everybody's a natural born writer at Nexford, and especially for the types of assignments that will be required of you during your Nexford program, you may have to learn certain formatting that you are unfamiliar with, such as APA formatting. So you're going to learn all about that here. This area can definitely help you improve your English skills in general. It can help you with your academic writing. You'll find that there's a module section with a couple of questions and papers and things you can go through, whether it's, about paraphrasing or grammar, paragraph structure, and so on. So this can definitely help you. There's a couple of FAQs here as well. If that doesn't, answer your question still, then I recommend you book a one-on-one session with Caroline Fernandez, which is a writing lab coach. You'll find a booking page quite similar to the one that I showed you for, the success advisors. You'll find a little bio about Caroline here. So she's lovely and super helpful. If you click on that, it takes you to this booking page. Again, just pick a day that suits you and a timing, put in your info and book. And it's that easy to book a one-on-one session or one-on-one call with Caroline to have her address any of the questions that you have. So to go back to the announcements I mentioned at the top here, these are announcements for these drop-in sessions that she holds regularly, probably every week. I would recommend these if you wanted to join a call that's not just a one-on-one. These can be joined by as many as 100 learners at a time. It's one of the greatest ways you can also meet learners from our global learner community, and we have thousands of learners from over 95 countries now. So this is one of the best ways you can meet them. Just hearing different questions can inspire you, of course, to get extra information. A lot of the times, Caroline will also announce what topic she's going to cover in these drop-in sessions, And often there's a PowerPoint presentation and a recording of the call as well that you can download and look at afterwards. I totally recommend these drop-in sessions. So I hope that makes sense to you guys about the writing lab. If you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to tell you more. And then let's just talk about the navigation pane on the left side here. So the dashboard, of course, will take you to the main dashboard at any point. Account, of course, is just to change any sort of account settings or information that you have. Courses, if you click on that, it tells you about all the courses that you are currently enrolled in or that you have access to. And the calendar, guys, I'll show you this. So on the calendar, you'll see here, there are some things that are automatically put into your calendar and they're color coded. And this is something you can control from the home page. And you can change your view, of course, if you don't want to see some items. So the colors I was talking about, you'll see these are color coded. This is something that you can change at any point. You can even change the view. So these are just some fun features that you have in the LMS. And so these reflect in the calendar, so it can make it easy for you to understand, what reminders that you have. So these can be, assignment reminders and so on. If you click anywhere, you can add your own event or you can add your own to-do item. If you want it to be more fleshed out, have more info, click on more options. It'll take you to this page to add more details into your calendar. Okay, so that's the calendar option, you guys. And then there is inbox, right? So the inbox is one of the easiest ways you can communicate with anybody in our platform or anybody in the learner community. Here you also receive these, announcements or these reminders or notifications from Caroline regarding those drop-in sessions I explained to you guys about earlier. But here is where you can compose a new message. If you click on that, just pick the course that you're enrolled in, for example, leadership and organizational development. This is one of the MBA courses. Do you want to speak with a teacher? Do you want to speak with a student? Let's say you want to speak with a student named Abigail. Just put in, subject, put in your the body of your email or your message rather, and send. And it's that easy to send a message to anybody, whether it be a teacher or a student. And if you want to see who is, enrolled in a course with you or who is the professor that is teaching in that course, it's as easy as just clicking on the course. And like I said earlier, guys, it has more items here, right, as opposed to the orientation. You can click on people. So just click on people. And of course, guys, I'm not an expert learner, so this is a demo account just for you guys to be able to see the online platform. So in reality, you should be able to see so many more learners enrolled in that course with you. We have, hundreds of learners that are enrolling every single month. So you should see many probably starting that same course along with you. And if you look for teacher, you should be able to see what teacher is teaching this course. So you can even get in touch with them before you even start your official program. There is also a chat section. Normally there would be more people online. But this is one of the easiest ways that you can chat with somebody also. There's the inbox, guys. And then also for any module at Nexford, at the top or any course, you'll always see a community discussion. So of course, there will be many different topics discussed in every community discussion. But this is just an example for you guys where we're asking everybody to introduce themselves, to say why they're excited about this class, what their goals are. And then some people even share some info about themselves, what they're working. They can put, their, also their, social media, accounts or something like that. And often there will be a back and forth. So it's not just going to be one message. Of course, you'll be seeing many other people responding to each other. And that's also one of the greatest ways you can network or get connected or even make friends with other learners from around the world. Does anybody have any questions about anything I've covered so far? I hope you're hearing me just fine. I hope everything is clear. If you have a couple of questions, just jot them down. Please send them in the Q&A section or the Q&A box so I can get to them at the end of this webinar. We are nearing the end, so let me see. I think what I'm just going to cover next are the learner benefits you get. So if you click on this library icon, it takes you to the NXU library, which is a robust library of over 60 million resources that cover so many different topics and industries around the world. So these have, encyclopedias, research papers, articles, and a lot more. So like I said, you can see the many different topics that they cover. It's a great research tool for you to utilize as you're doing your Nexford studying. That is one learner benefit. And then of course there is LinkedIn Learning. So if you haven't heard of LinkedIn yet, or LinkedIn Learning rather, it is connected to LinkedIn. Here you can find courses and videos that vary anywhere from 5 minutes to 4 hours, to complete. They cover so many different topics, so it doesn't necessarily have to be connected to your Nexford program. And the great thing is, as an Nexford learner, you have unlimited and free access to over 16,000 LinkedIn Learning courses and videos. So that's at no extra cost to you, whereas normally there would be a subscription for that, a monthly subscription. So, some of these courses will be suggested for you within the modules or the courses at Nexford as something you can do for additional learning if you want. So you will find those recommendations that can be super helpful, or of course you can navigate on your own in LinkedIn Learning and see what you would like to study. And the great thing is when you complete these LinkedIn Learning courses, you do receive a certificate of completion, which is something that you can show off to your community, or other employers might find that also good. And it proves that you're learning on the go. You're not just waiting to complete your Nexford program. And so that is just one of the many career-related services that we offer our learners. So if you go to our career page on our website, that's nexford.org/career, you'll find LinkedIn Learning right here with the info that I just provided you guys. And if you're based in Africa, you also get unlimited access to IBM Digital Nation Africa. So it's another platform also where you can, watch videos and get courses that are more tech related, if that is what you're interested in. So it could be cybersecurity, it can be AI, programming, and so on. And then there's also Localized, another great platform where you can create a profile for yourself. And here you can get connected with career coaches and mentors around the world. You can even join virtual job fairs. So I recommend that you guys check this out to learn more about it. All right, and so here on this page, you can learn so much more about how we help you with your career in terms of also, we can help you craft your CV, we can give you application tips. And if you're studying our MBA, for example, your first career planning session actually would be during your 3rd month learning with us. And last but not least, so the other features that you get access to, guys, is the global grid. So if you haven't heard about that, this is an initiative that we launched earlier in the year. This is a mentorship program, and it's to enable talent around the world to prepare for remote jobs. So you'll find that there are webinars that can be joined by anybody, and we would be announcing this on our events page, or if you're already included in our mailing list. So you would be informed of these, regular webinars that we hold. But then there are these group mentoring sessions that are exclusive only to Nexford learners. And you'll find that our mentors were handpicked for their industry expertise from all around the world. They work in companies like Samsung and Coca-Cola and so much more. And then there's also Forage. So we also partnered up with Forage earlier in the year, and it's a career resource where you can get virtual work experience at real companies like JP Morgan and Accenture. And it's a free resource that complements your learning as you get to apply the skills that you learn. Plus, you can actually choose to share your task submissions with recruiters, which can lead to interview opportunities for internships. All right, and finally, I forgot to mention at the beginning, guys, so this LMS, learning management system called Canvas, there is a mobile application for that also. So it's called Canvas Student. Whether you're using an Android or an iPhone, you can download that. When you get enrolled at Nexford, you get your login credentials. Just look for Nexford, log in with your login info, and it's as easy as that to also access our online platform. You can do your assignments on your phone. You can check your grades. You can speak with professors or other learners in the inbox, and so much more. Okay, I think that about wraps up as much as I could. There's a lot to unravel here, guys. There's a lot to unpack. There's so much info, to give truly about an online platform, but that's specifically why the orientation is there for you. So you're going to get well acquainted about all of that. However, if you do have any current questions, that's why I'm here today. I'll do my best to answer them. Does anyone have any questions about the application process or how to enroll or when our courses start? How about tuition fees? How about scholarship opportunities? So I can also answer all those questions for you guys today. Come on, don't be shy, guys. We have only a couple more minutes here, so you're welcome, Ayo. I hope you enjoyed the virtual tour. Hey, David, you say you're interested in the BBA degree program. Super happy to hear that. That's a great choice. I don't know when you're planning to start your program, but just to let you know, our next intake is on December 1 to December 1st. But you can apply and enroll anytime and choose a program start date that suits you. Even if you enroll in November, if you're not ready to start in December, you can choose a future start date up to 3 months ahead. But the great thing is that means you get to secure your spot at Nexford. And it's important to note for everybody who's joined me today, this is an important info, is that Nexford is planning to increase its tuition fees in 2023. So, if you are not ready to start yet, I would still recommend finishing your applications and your enrollment in December and choosing a future start date. If you're not ready to start January 1 or so on, you can start as late as March or even April. But that way you can at least secure our current tuition fee so that all of your program will be with a monthly tuition fee that is, from this year and not the increased one in 2023. So that's something to note. But David, I see that you're saying you're interested to start your program December 1. That's fantastic. That means you have until the 27th of this month to complete your application and your enrollment. So the enrollment deadline, guys, for any upcoming intake is the 27th of the previous month. So make sure to complete your applications, then complete your enrollment by then. Don't hesitate to reach out to our team of success advisors and Nexford advisors. Sorry, our Nexford advisors, so that they can provide you with any info. They can answer any questions you have or any challenges you might have with the application. Fantastic, David. David says he'll absolutely. I'll have that done soon. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. If anyone's based in Nigeria, I believe we have some running promotions as well. So please don't hesitate to reach out to our team on WhatsApp and we can provide you with more info on that. Let me send everybody here just our WhatsApp number as well as our email address at help@nexford.org. You can even book a consultation. So I've sent the link for booking forms. That is where you can book a one-on-one session just like the one I held today. So it'll be a mini virtual tour. So that is if you want to see the online platform again or have me sort of navigate another area in the online platform, then I'm happy to do that in a one-on-one call. Otherwise, you can book a consultation call with a Nexford advisor. And that is for them to help you, figure out what program you want to apply to. What are you eligible to apply to? What specializations might you be interested in, starting up? That depends on, of course, your career goals, what industry or job you're already working, and so much more. Toby, I see that you're raising your hand. I don't know if you have any questions, but I'd love for you to send them on chat or in the Q&A section, and then I can help answer them. You're welcome, David. I'm glad to hear that. I hope it was insightful for everybody. There's so much to learn, of course, but another thing to note, guys, is one of the best things about enrolling early is that you have early access to our online platform already before even starting your program. So for example, if you enroll in November and you choose to start on February, from now until February, you'll already have access to our online platform. During that time, you'll also get access to all the learner benefits. So that means you can already start learning with LinkedIn Learning. You can, benefit from the global grid. You can have access to our NXU library of those robust, resources I showed you guys earlier, and so much more. Okay, promise. You're asking, finally we get a live question, guys, in the Q&A section. So promise Stephen is asking, is the class at Nexford recorded or live? So that is, it's neither. That is not how we do, the learning at Nexford. You'll learn in many different ways, like I showed you today. So rather there might be live engagement. So those can be sort of these calls that you have with faculty, with other learners. Sometimes it'll be group projects. You'll need to actually work with other learners from around the world to create a project or a presentation. So you can have calls, you can have video calls and everything with faculty members, but they aren't recorded classes or live classes. There are discussion forums, there are case studies, videos, blog posts, news articles. So no live lectures, and there aren't ever fixed class times. So you can log in any time of the day, any time of the week, do your studying as long as you meet your deadlines. There are audio introductions. You can listen to content on the move. You'll find that there are weekly faculty webinars and optional FaceTime with faculty. That's up to you. Content's always available, of course. You can go back over earlier courses for content if you'd like. And we often get guest speakers also, for elective sessions on. There's so much, guys, so many options. I hope that answers your question, Thomas. Good day, Toby. Toby was saying good day, everyone. I'm Adenika, new learner with Nexford University. We're so happy to have you in our global learner community. Okay, Toby's in the field of marketing, digital marketing fundamentals. That's a great choice. I hope you enjoyed that. Good day, Amanda. Okay, does anyone have any final questions before I wrap up today? I believe you've all seen the WhatsApp number I shared on chat, the email address and all the contact info. So please don't hesitate to reach out, even if a question doesn't come to your mind now. If at any point it comes to your mind, the sooner you ask, the better, so that we can assist you. All right, going once, going twice, guys. Okay, I think I'll wrap up the call then for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me in this virtual tour. I hope you guys join us very soon. I'm excited to see a lot of you guys, hopefully in the December intake or further on, that's okay. Again, reach out to us anytime for help. And I hope you have a good day or good evening, wherever you're joining me from today. So thanks again, guys. Thanks, Miracle. Thanks, everybody.